It is so cloudy out today. It could be like chance of rain and Dementors. Hello, dear friends, and welcome to episode 15 of the Dear Friend Podcast. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're new, hi, I'm Eden. I'm the owner of Yara & Co., where I sell my handmade polymer clay charms, paintings like these, and lots of other handmade treasures. So, episode 15, we have reached over 300 subscribers. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, everyone. It had actually gone over 300 while I was filming the last podcast and didn't realize it. And so this episode has the giveaway in it. And I have the prizes. I did pull them out. I was prepared. And then I'm not. Hey there. So I will be giving away some yarn bowls made by Carlene of the Kitchen Sink Shop. She does these fantastic yarn bowls. I've been using mine to hold my skein for my Cowboy Collar, and it fits right in here, my single skein. Mine is some beautiful watercolor lines and flowers, which I love. It's super handy and works great in keeping it separate from my other projects in my basket. So I've got one. I'll show you this side. It is little woodland creatures and plants. It's very fall. It's a beautiful polka dot liner. See, there's her little card. So we've got some squirrels and stuff. So I think I'm going to call this the Woodland Yarn Bowl. And then we have this one, which is this stunning floral one with some blue polka dot fabric. It's so pretty. So how's this gonna work? You must be subscribed, so click that little button and hit the bell for notifications for every episode that comes up. And for when December comes around, I will be doing Vlogmas, and it'll be going up on this channel, and I'm very excited for that. But anyways, you have to be a subscriber, and then in the comments below, just tell me which one you would love to win. And I will pick out two winners, one for each of these wonderful yarn bowls. And then you can either email me at yaronco@outlook.com for your address when I pick you as a winner. And yeah, so super excited. One last look. Woodland one or floral one? Which one would you like to win? I'm kind of partial to the floral one. So yeah, so over 300 subscribers. Yay! And yep, I will link her shop down below. She does yarn bowls and bags and needle cozies, and she just does a beautiful job. Absolutely beautiful. I love them. And yeah, so the handmade holiday is going along. It is like almost to the middle of November, so if you want to get in on this month's prize, it is a Jagger shawl kit from Ancient Yarns. I showed it in the last episode, but there's like a little peek, and it's got this beautiful, camera's over here, lavender skein of yarn. So I will be drawing it from the finished gift makes on Instagram on the 25th of November. So for the handmade holiday long, all you have to do is be on Instagram And when you finish a gift make, it can be knitting, crocheting, sewing, whatever, just has to be a gift make. You put in the date which it was finished, so I know if you fall into the time frame. Use the hashtag #HandmadeHolidayLong2020. Go right down here somewhere and tag me at YarrowMail44 on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's all the announcements. I don't have any finished objects today, but I have a ton of whips. I've gotten so much work done. It was like last episode, I didn't do much knitting or crocheting. This episode, I've done nothing but knit and crochet for the past couple weeks. It's ridiculous. But I'm super excited to show you what I've got going. But before I do that, I will mention what I'm wearing. So this is my 5-day sweater by the Autumn Acorn. It is this wonderful, see if I can get back now, right against the wall. It's this wonderful boxy sweater. It's got this little slit on the side and some eyelets and garter. It was one of my first sweater projects and I absolutely love it. This was done with Cascade Eco Wool in the colorway Gunmetal, and it is a really beautiful gray. When I had first blocked it, it turned out really scratchy, but now that I've worn it so much, it's actually pretty soft. It's really nice. I wouldn't recommend it as for any gift makes if you don't know if the person likes wool or not. It's slightly scratchy, but it's super warm and super cozy. I really like it. And this my mom made for me one Christmas. I think it was last year. This is the cream hat from the first Line A magazine. If you look up Line A and then cream hat, you will definitely find this pattern. It is my favorite hat. Absolutely my most favorite hat. I can say that easily. I have another one which I made myself and I wear that a lot too, but this is the hat I wear the most. It's super cozy. It's one strand of sport weight or DK. I had done mine a little bit differently. It was 2 strands of fingering and 1 strand of mohair. I believe this was 1 strand of sport weight and 1 strand of mohair, and it keeps me super warm. And yeah, it matches my sweater too. So yeah. And these are my wintry tree earrings. You can find these in the shop and charm form. These were some Christmas edition charms, but they're not necessarily Christmas, so if you're not a Christmas celebrator, there's still some like snowy trees that are in the shop right now. And I have some more charms coming into the shop soon. I've been working a lot on resin. That is my newest obsession, and it's been so much fun. Yeah, you can pop over to my Instagram, YarrowMail44, and you will see all the resin charms I've been getting into and the polymer clay. So yeah, enough blabbering. Let's get on to whips. So my first work in progress is my Cozy Memories blanket, which I was gonna turn into a blanket, but as I was working on it and getting the squares put together, I realized that it just wasn't gonna be big enough, that it would be used enough. It would be a pretty great baby blanket, but I don't have any kids to use for it, and I would make it into a baby blanket and just keep it until I needed it when I did have children. But I love this blanket so much that I don't want my children to use it. That sounds super selfish, but yeah. So I changed it that this is gonna be a big old cowl. And this is the square I'm working on right now. I'm putting the border on. So what I did was I knit these 4 squares using the Cozy Memories blanket pattern. And then with my 2.75 millimeter, that's C hook, I started crocheting a border around it. So I just did single crochets through all the sides in the same amount of rows and just increased 2 stitches on each corner, and it just grows until I have like a solid 1 foot square. And so I have been working on this like crazy because I want this to be done before December, and I start working on my 2020 advent calendar blanket, which I do have my 2020 advent calendar, but I'm gonna leave that for Vlogmas to show off and talk about. So this is the last square I have to put a border on after the one I'm working on right now. This will be my last square. And this is all, well, mostly minis from my 2018 advent calendar from Homespun House. And so those two are, these are not. These two are. This is from a Woolen Homestead. This was their mistletoe colorway. They don't die anymore. This is Midnight Cravings, and I believe it's Take a Hike. And then these squares I haven't attached yet. This is all a Homespun House. And this is all a Homespun House. And yeah, this one's all a Homespun House. And so I've been stitching these together to create this super long loop to be my cowl. So these are all Midnight Cravings minis. Cinema, kelp, and something else. I don't know. And this is Strawberry Rhubarb Pie from a Homespun from a Woolen Homestead. And then, oh, that's such a pretty square. A Homespun House, more a Homespun House, and a Homespun House. This is my favorite square. I love these blue colors. This is all a Homespun House except this one. This is Howl from Dragon Horde Yarn. And so it all holds memories to me. I can name most of the squares, but see if I can sit back and show you. This is half. This is half the cowl. So it's gonna be so cool once it's done. So it's gonna be, oops, yarn down. It's gonna be super cool. It's gonna be this really nice thick cowl that I can wear and get a ton of use out of. I have been obsessed with cowls this winter because I got my hair cut so short that my neck is just exposed, and it gets really cold back there. So I want something that can be around my neck and protect me from the wind. So yeah, that is a lot of squares and work. And the yarn I'm using to put the whole border around is Cascade Yarns Heritage, which is 75% superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. And the color is 5639. And it's this super pretty dark chocolate brown it's gone well with all the squares. It's so interesting how these squares can be so different, but it goes with all of them. So that will definitely be done this next coming week. And yeah, I'm super excited for that. There's one square. I just left it out because I had 9 squares. I was going to do this squared blanket, 3x3. But then I decided to take this one out because it didn't have any involvement with my 2018 Advent calendar. And I'm just going to use this as a base. Uh-oh. All the squares fell down. But I'm going to use this as a base for an actual Cozy Memories blanket. And that'll be a lot of fun because I really enjoy this pattern. It's great for each square I've done takes about 10 grams. So if you have 10 grams lying around, you can just make a square and you'll make a really cool blanket. So this is my first ever. And yeah, that's going to become a base for a new Cozy Memories blanket one day. I'm not going to start it anytime soon because I have lots of other plans and a new blanket going to be starting soon. And I'm keeping it all in this big bag my mom made me that we are going to start sewing some of these bags to sell in the shop. There is this size, this big bucket size, and then a smaller purse size that I love this. My mom also made me this one. So I gotta learn how to sew these. And yeah, we are going to start making them together. And I have been making a lot of resin stuff that we're gonna add to the zippers as zipper pulls. It's gonna be super cool. Okay. That was one whip. My goodness. My next whip, I have been slowly working on these. This is my Cowboy Collar, which is my first ever pattern, and it is coming out on the 20th of this November, of this month. And yeah, on the 20th, so I'm super excited. I've gotten more progress than from the last episode. I think I was like here last episode, and so I've gotten a bit done. But this yarn, oh my goodness. I obsessed over it last time. And again, I've lost the ball band. I'm so sorry. I thought I threw it in this bag, but apparently I didn't. It has been lost this time. So if you'd like to know the name, it'll be in the last episode. That's terrible of me as a podcaster, but I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to me. But yeah, it's beautiful yarn from Over the Moon on their sparkle base. It is such a wonderful yarn. Super squishy and sparkly. And yeah, it's like greens and blues, which are my favorite colors mixed together. So this is a wonderful project. And then there's this is a moon charm that I made and is available in the shop. And the link to the shop is down below. Yeah, I love it. It goes so well with this cowl. So it will be super comfortable. Even with all the stellina, like sometimes you think that, oh, there's stellina in there, it's going to be a little bit scratchy, especially at this amount, but no. It's super soft and super squishy. I love garter. And if you love garter too, I can guarantee you'll love this pattern. And speaking of my own patterns, I've caught in the design bug now, and I'm designing a pair of socks, which is probably the project I've worked on the most through the past couple weeks from the last episode. So I'll start with the base. I had knit these 2 at a time, but now I'm in a part where I need one of them to be on a pair of DPNs. So this is going to be a sock pattern to use with 5 minis and 1 full skein. And so I've been using a bunch of my scraps to create this crazy cool looking sock. So this is the base. It's this very simple sock with 2 stripes. It will be toe up, the simple toe, and a short row heel, which is my favorite heel. Super easy to remember, which is great for me. I know how to do this heel by heart now, and if I walk away from it for something, I can come back to it and it'll be okay. So the base of the sock was done on these Chia Goos. Just gonna say needles. There's a particular name. I knit the magic loop, and this size is 2.25 millimeter, size 1 US. And then it's gonna involve one of my favorite stitches of all time, fisherman's rib, using the minis again. So this is the scrap from the toe is now going in to this fisherman's rib cuff. And oh, it's so squishy. And so I can't name all these colors because some of them are just like scraps from projects a long time ago or minis that didn't actually come with names. But the main color is Farmer's Daughter Fibers Moon Sisters. It is this gorgeous green with a little bit of bronze stellina. I am not sure if you'll be able to see it. Probably not. Let's see if I can click on it. No, maybe if I hold up the sock itself. Maybe. I'm on my phone, so hopefully clicking it will help. Come on. No, unfortunately, kind of. I don't know how good that'll look on your TV screen, but yeah, so that's Moon Sisters. It's got a little bit of bronze stellina. It is beautiful. I have been saving this skein of yarn for a long time to do something special with it. Now here I am, making my very first sock pattern. So this red is a hawthorn from Knit Picks. I believe it was a kettle dye. This one is a homespun house. It was a mini that didn't have any name. This one is Dancing Skellebones, and it is leftovers from a skein of yarn I'd gotten out of a sale bin somewhere, and so the company that dyed it doesn't dye it anymore. And this one is a homespun house color that doesn't have any name. But now going into this fisherman's rib, and I'm learning how to do fisherman's rib in the round, which has been super fun. I say super a lot, my goodness. I'm way too excited about this stuff. But yeah, so this is my very first sock design, and it is going to include all the minis. The last one is going to be used to do the upper cuff, and this was a mini that just has no name, no idea where it came from. It was just in my scrap box waiting to be used. So there's 5 minis that all have been split in half to 5 grams. Nope, 10 grams. 20 gram mini split in half is 10 grams. I know how to do math. To do these socks, and I did the feet 2 at a time so that it would be easy to just do them the exact same. You could probably do the fisherman's rib 2 at a time as well if you have a size 3 millimeter, 2.5 US. And yeah, so that's going to use all the minis, and it's going to go up, and it's going to be kind of like a sock and a leg warmer combined. I'm hoping it'll get really tall, but we'll see how far the minis take me. Yeah, so that has been my newest design. I'm super excited about it. I need to stop saying super. I really am, but I'm very excited about it. I'm just keeping this in this Tupperware bucket. A Hello Kitty Tupperware bucket that works great to hold all the little balls and my socks in there. Yep, that's the project I've been working on the most lately because I couldn't put it down. I was enjoying every minute of it and seeing how all these little minis work up. And then my last whip is actually a whip of my mom's that she went through all her whips and was taking ones that she knew she wouldn't finish, and I was there to help, but I took one of her whips to finish myself and keep the sweater. So this sweater is called, if I can find the front page, The Big Love Sweater by Cheryl Kubat. But I mean, there it is. It almost looks like a doll sweater in that picture, but here it is. Big Love Sweater by Cheryl Kubat. I know I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. And she's knitting this all out of Farmer's Daughter fibers, holding it triple. Yes. So here it is. Isn't it cool? She pulled it out and was like, I don't think I'm going to finish this or even wear it. I was like, I'll take it. I'll finish it. And so it's even got these hearts down the back. So cool. So this is like a bulky weight knit, and it's going to be super cozy. Said super again. That's going to be the name of this episode. The one where I say super a lot. It's very cozy. And so far, it was like I finished from like there to there is how much I've knit of this sweater. The rest is my mom. So I just have to finish the other sleeve and put on a collar, and it's done. So here in the basket, here's all the yarn. In here, this is all Farmer's Daughter fibers, which, see here, it is their Pishkin DK Hold Triple in 255 yards, 100%. I don't know what that is. Did you tell me? Yeah, Pishkin DK. Yeah. But it's a really nice yarn. Let me see here. Yeah, all the tags are in here. But, yeah. So she had taken this and was knitting it and was almost done. And I was like, I don't think I like it. And I was like, I do. I'll wear it. 'Cause I want to spread a little love with a heart sweater. And so, yeah, I'm going to finish this and wear it all the time. It's going to take a little learning with how this sleeve was done. I'm probably just going to have to sit with her and for her to tell me how it was done. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, the needles, right. Those are very important. 12 millimeter needles, US 17. And these are thick needles. I haven't worked with bulky weight yarn on needles in a long time. I went through a phase where I worked with just bulky weight yarn and crocheted with it a lot to make hats for craft fairs. And then after that, I couldn't do bulky weight anymore. I was so tired of working with bulky weight yarn. So I moved over to fingering weight, and that's what I've been working on mostly ever since. So it'll be interesting getting back into something that's bulky weight and having it knit up really fast. So that will be my project for the next little while. Yeah, because I needed more whips that I needed to take other people's whips. Right? Well, yarn is yarn. Like, that sounds really strange to say, but I mean it as yarn needs to be given a chance to be something, and it's okay if you accommodate more whips than you need. They will all get done someday, and by someone. Yarn is amazing that way. So that is everything. I don't recall breathing in between all that talking. I got way too excited. But yeah, that is all my whips. I have been doing so much knitting and crocheting lately. It's made me very happy, but I need to I should go for walks in between all this knitting and crocheting. Yeah, you gotta accommodate how much sitting I do. But, well, makes me happy. You do what makes you happy, right? Right. So thank you so much for joining me. It was a blast to be filming again and talk to you guys about all the stuff I've been working on. I said super way too much. Thank you so much for subscribing and listening to me babble all the time. It means so much to me. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time, dear friends. Bye.